Hello, everybody. Welcome along. It's the Benjamin Bloom Football Show. My name is Benjamin Bloom, and I have just witnessed Millwall 1, Swansea 1. Amazingly, I got this one right. I don't very often. A scoring draw here that's not much help to either team in the playoff chase. Honestly, Millwall probably should have won it on the balance of the 90 minutes in terms of territory. Chances created. Not the best night for Swansea, but brilliant bit of quality from Ryan Brewster on loan from Liverpool. Pops that free kick over. It's probably going to go down as a Białkowski own goal. Hits the bar and hits Bar on the back of the head, I think, and goes in. That cancels out Mason Bennett's goal in the first half. But Millwall with a lot of play in the second half, and Swansea not really getting going. I think Gary Rowett will be disappointed with this one. Let's just throw up. I hit that probably on 90 minutes. So if any other scores have changed, that's a as it stands BBC table, which leaves Millwall on 56 and Swansea on 57, both with 6 to play. Cardiff in action at the moment, as are Blackburn as well. You can see there, QPR winning as well. Those games all at half time. So that is about the size of it for Millwall. Let's go through the action in this game. If you were here at half time, we'll just go over the first half a little bit one more time, and then we'll give all the action in the second half as well. There were your lineups, not exactly the shape that Millwall employed, but the lineups right. So Białkowski in goal, Murray, Wallace, Cooper and Hutchinson are the back three. Wing backs, Ferguson and Romeo. Wallace and Bennett are wide. They're going to try and get forward and support Bradshaw, with Woods and Williams in the central midfield. Swansea, Woodman in goal, Norton, Wilmot, Cabango, Bidwell. No Rodden or Van der Horn, their first choice centre-halves, both out. Byers and Grimes as the double pivot, with Danda, Gallagher and Ayew, the three off Ryan Brewster. Up the top, do get your comments in. We'll come to them after I've gone through the action. Please, if you're watching live on Twitter or YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. Try and draw more people along to this feed, and give the channel and this video, this stream in particular, a little bit of help. Let's go through some of this first half stuff. Yellow card early, Hutchinson with Brewster chasing in behind. Some debate there. Hutchinson chases and treads on Brewster's heels. Some debate as to whether that was a sneaky one from Hutchinson or a genuine action. Yellow card there. Białkowski fists a free kick away. Gallagher on the edge of the box, skies one. Romeo getting forward well, but chance on 14. Bidwell down the left, recycled by Byers. Gallagher hits the shot, deflects. We've seen these fly in the corner. It flies just past the post from Gallagher's shot, hits Murray Wallace on the head. We go to 20 minutes and we get the opening goal. Classic bit of you have possession, we will sit, we will counter. We will turn the possession over and attack you with pace. That's exactly what Millwall did. Romeo in from wing back into the centre circle, wins the possession, gets it onto Bennett. As I say, now they're in behind that Swansea centre midfield with the run on there. That's what a good press will do for you. Here comes Bennett into the box. And it is Wilmot who totally overcommits here. Sorry, Bennett puts onto Wallace, who goes into the box. Wallace tries to cross and Wilmot throws himself at it. He makes the block. As I said at half time, if he blocks this and it flies out, then I say well played. But he commits and the ball goes straight back to Wallace, who's now got the freedom of the 6-yard box to find the pass. Good play by the two attacking players. Bennett comes short for the pullback. Bradshaw goes in. That splits the defenders apart. The keeper has obviously got to watch the shot. And it's easy for Wallace. Cuts it back. Bennett puts it here 1-0, 20 minutes. Classic sit and wait. Strike with pace. Well played. Millwall there. Swansea playing into their hands 1-0 on 20. Byers yellow card on 25 on Williams. Off the line here. Free kick in deep. This is a big chance for Swansea here. It's headed back across by Wilmot. Loops over Brewster on the back post. Side foots it. It bounces and it is scooped up and over the bar by Jake Cooper off the line. Lovely bit of defending by the skyscraper of a defender there. Wallace actually gets in again. He slid down the line, I believe it was Ferguson. Wallace gets to the byline. I think he actually goes past the keeper as well. If he can get the cross in for Bradshaw, it's a tap in, but Wilmot gets his bit of luck this time, stretches it out and stops it with his back foot. Into the second half, no change here. And what I was expecting was, Swansea are going to come out with a bit more pace, a bit more snap. And we got the exact opposite. Swansea were just as kind of lethargic as they were in the first half, and Millwall start the second half. Well, although Gallagher 25-yarder here, Białkowski makes a little bit of a meal of this one, conceding a corner here. A big one into the box, headed across by Cooper. Really dangerous there, similar to Wilmot heading across from Brewster in the first half. Bradshaw's arriving, well cut out, last-ditch tackle there. Woods wins it in midfield this time. Same as the goal. They're snapping in. They're winning when Swansea are a bit ponderous in possession, which was quite a lot. Good steal, slides it out to Mahoney. He loves a dribble. He loves to then have a shot. That's what he does. He goes into the box. It deflects. It bounces up. That could have caught Woodman out, but it goes over the top of the bar there on 52. Gallagher forward into the 10 here, feeds Byers, snatches at the shot, puts it wide there. Byers. The first time Swansea really getting out for a good 10 or 12 minutes from after half time. Steve Cooper reacts. He puts Burton Selina in for Danda, who was very quiet, didn't get on the ball at all. They do have a little pep up when Selina comes on. I'm not going to necessarily give him the credit, but the way Selina plays, every time he gets the ball, he just knocks it ahead of him and runs. Very, very direct player, a bit selfish sometimes. But that did seem to pep Swansea up, that substitution, a little bit there. Ayew into the 10. He seemed to have a little bit of get up and go. Now, bounces for Selina, hits it left-footed, deflects wide. But Jake Bidwell had made a nice overlap there and a little open your body and slide that with the left foot, and he's in there. But anyone who's seen Selina play like I have for Ipswich, sometimes the decision-making not quite there, despite an awful lot of talent seemed to be there. 64, Hutchinson on Gallagher, goes through him here, skating on thin ice, already on a yellow card here. Wouldn't have been surprised to see another one come out there. A bit of a tough tackle, that one. Dangerous spot, though. And maybe they're going to play in a different way, because here comes the equalising goal. So the free kick is, 25 yards out, left of centre. So nice one for a right foot to either go all the way around the wall or over the wall. Ayew and Ryan Brewster line this one up. The wall is there. The wall is wide. Białkowski watching it from the goal line. Ayew runs over the ball, and it's a brilliant technique, actually. Brewster, I think 3 short steps, right-footed. He's going to curl it over the wall, but the secret to this is how hard he hits it as well. Białkowski can't kind of adjust his feet, because it's not really a floater a la Ronald Koeman against England all those years ago, but he gets it up, over and down, quite flat, with a lot of pace on it. It's a very good free kick, actually, from Brewster. Of course, as soon as that goes over the wall, Białkowski's not going to be able to see it and adjust. I don't think he's going to get it, even if he does, because it's not quite in the corner, but the pace does the trick. It hits the underside of the bar, and he gets a bit of luck, Brewster, because it comes down off the bar, and unless Białkowski's getting a hand on this, nothing else is going to happen here, other than it hits the bar and comes down. He's right underneath it, hits him on the head and drops in the goal. Bit of luck, but it is actually a brilliant bit of technique on the free kick from Brewster. I suppose Białkowski's unlucky, but let's just praise the good technique, the pace on it. If he goes up and down and floats that, I think Białkowski gets across and sees it, but enough pace and Białkowski can do nothing. And it is 1-1. I think even the most diehard Swan would say probably lucky to get back to 1-1 at that point. Yellow, Murray Wallace on Brewster. He's looking a right nuisance up the top there, running all the Millwall defence. I'll get to your comments in just a minute. I can see plenty coming in. Hit the thumbs up while you're listening to my waffle. Penalty shout here. Wallace, good play here. Drives forward, feeds it through to Bradshaw. Difficult one to call this one, isn't it? He's with Cabango. First of all, it is probably just outside the area, but so hard to tell with these. Bradshaw, he's looking for it a little bit, but that's fair enough, isn't it? If you can lull the defender in, then so be it. Gets across. I'm sure Leeds fans will remember him winning one of these against Berardi and got himself got him sent off, didn't he? So Bradshaw goes in, tries to put himself across Cabango. There's contact. Obviously, I've read the laws. That doesn't mean it's a foul. Contact isn't a foul. I will say if the ref does give a foul here, he probably has to send Cabango off because that's an obvious goal scoring opportunity. So Bradshaw may be trying to pull the same trick he did against Leeds. Ref gives nothing. I'll let you decide in the comments. I've seen them go either way. Probably would have been harsh. Again, I'll reiterate, contact is not always a foul. If two players just bash into each other, that's not necessarily a foul. No penalty. However, from the corner, Millwall should take the lead again. Here, swung across. I'm guessing it's Jed Wallace if it's from that side. Murray Wallace is on the back post, and oh God, he over-engineers this. So he's completely free, and he gets it so wrong because he tries to work the angle and he tries to work the power, and he doesn't need to do either. The ball's got pace on it. He's free. He's that close in. He just has to redirect this at goal. And even if the keeper gets a hand to it, he's probably going to push it into his own net. But Wallace tries to add some power, tries to angle it. He just doesn't need to. That's a bad miss. Murray Wallace should have scored there. It should have been 2-1 on 74. Gay comes in for Wilmot. He hurts his knee, challenging with Bradshaw on 82. Ferguson and Mahoney seem to dovetail quite well after Mahoney comes on. They work the left-hand side quite nicely into Ryan Woods. I think we all saw when he lined this shot up that he didn't even believe he was going to score, and he hits it wide and not very handsome. 84, Matt Smith comes in for Tom Bradshaw. I can see Rowett rotating these game on game, these strikers for Millwall. So the big guy Smith comes in for the last sort of 10 minutes plus, including the stoppage time. Another chance here for Murray Wallace from a corner, and he hits the post this time. If he'd have used this technique of just redirecting, he probably would have scored the first one. He'll be annoyed, Murray Wallace, that he didn't leave this game on the score sheet, and Millwall will be annoyed that they didn't leave this game with 3 points because they hit the post. Here, crowd scene here. You wouldn't want to face these three at the back post. Cooper, Wallace and Smith all arriving together, all absolutely brick outhouses of gentlemen, aren't they, to put it politely. They get the corner really right. They hang it, and the three of them attack together. It's a good corner, well worked. Wallace, they're all watching Cooper and Smith, who are bigger than him. I mean, Wallace is no small guy. Wallace is right close in, and he nods it down. As I said, he didn't need to get the power of the first corner where he over-engineers it and puts it wide. This time, he does just redirect it. It hits the foot of the post. Keeper's not getting that if that's inside the post. Unlucky 86th minute off the post. Millwall pushing for a winner. I said Gary Rowett likes to draw, but they did seem to go for it a bit for these last couple of minutes. Matt Smith goes down in the box, possibly looking for this one. Gay, they both seem to be arms and pulling on each other. I don't know what you expect the ref to give on those. Ferguson corner, Cooper pokes it back on 94. Wallace shoots and blocks, and here comes a massive counter-attack from Brewster and Mayhew, and there's a lovely shout of bring him down from the bench. We can hear everything here. Looked dangerous for a bit, but sadly breaks down at Burton Selina again, and they don't manage to get a shot off. So that is all she wrote. I'm going to try and bring the stats up at some point if they update on my phone. My general feeling before I go to the comments is Swansea probably got away with one there. They'll be much happier with a point than Millwall are, given the Murray Wallace hitting the post and the good chance, and the fact that Swansea just didn't really create that many big chances. Okay, Bruce's one in the first half that Cooper cleared, and it was a very low percentage chance that Swansea scored from a really good free kick. You would probably be a lot happier if you're a Swansea fan with the draw than you were a Millwall fan. Again, I'll bring up the current table. It's all going to change. There are matches going on, but currently Millwall 56 there, Swansea 57. Look at Cardiff, they're 61, currently on a point. If they can win, they'll go on to 63, which would put a 6-point gap between them and Swansea and a 7-point gap between them and Millwall. So everyone is going to be looking intently at that Cardiff score. Let me just bring my phone up. 0-0 at the moment. Reading 0, Brentford 1, QPR 1, Fulham 1. All kicking off at different times as well. So we're all over the place. Right, let's have a look at your comments and see what you thought of that. Little Crow says Bradshaw bullied again and Ferguson's deliveries were nowhere as near as they could have been. Ewan says classic Gary Rowett. He loves a draw. No, I said 1-2. Hey, I said scoring draw. I don't get it right very often. What I say, bloody hell, won the goalkeeper, one step to the right, that would have been saved. Yeah. Maybe I don't necessarily think it was his movement laterally across the goal. I think it was just a nice flat free kick, and by the time it's gone over him, it's a difficult one for a keeper there, underside of the bar. Even if you're a tall bloke like Bialkowski, hard one to save. Alistair looks like he's tuning into Brentford, says they're very poor. Harry, very disappointing. From which side, I'm not sure, but for both, really. Well, as I predicted, Wolf and Naffle consolation. That is Tom. I saw this as a Derby fan, felt Millwall were the better team, but a draw doesn't help either in the rest of the playoffs. I agree with both of those points. Smith on way too late, says Sims Q. Bradshaw does nothing for me. Bit of nuisance value. I suppose Bradshaw deserves some credit for making, the run to create some space for Bennett for the goal, but yeah, not necessarily. George says, what do I think of the new Ipswich kits? Yeah, I quite like them. I like the use of the old badge. Blue Monday podcast is doing a show on that tonight, so check that out. George, love to see that table, says Jaggy. That's from a Leeds point of view, I believe, not a Millwall or Swansea point of view. Jay says I called it. Yeah, that's a rarity for me. Mike says Fulham have equalised. Can Fulham go and get the win and put the challenge down? Richard there with the den in the background there. So very bored of watching us. Just draw specialist. Bradshaw, whether it's lack of service or not scoring from a chance, it's just pointless him being at Millwall. Bradshaw, I think, I don't know whether Leonard is or Bradshaw is, but I think cost a lot of money, didn't he? Over maybe 1.5 million, possibly a transfer record. Someone correct me on that on Millwall. Not missing much with the Brentford game, says Jaggy. Brentford leading there at Reading 1-0. Let's just check that. Brian Mbuemo on 23 minutes. I don't know why Infogol won't put up their full stats, just says second half at the moment. I'll put them up if they arrive during this broadcast. Wolf says, but then although we were slightly the better, both teams are about where they should be, i.e. halfway out of contention. Interesting. Meanwhile, can we sell Aidan O'Brien to Ipswich or some other Division 1 side in need of a goal scorer who is good at pointing and not much else? Well, no, thank you. If that's the case, we don't want it. Swansea, extremely underwhelming, says Sens and Snow. They didn't play well, did they? I think Brewster bailed them out a little bit. Today, Dale says Swansea looked so good at the start of the season. Yes, they did. Top of the league going into the first international break. Remember that late win at Elland Road? They looked great, didn't they? But then so did Charlton. Whoever says it's been Achilles' heel for years not having a consistent goal scorer. I suppose you had Gregory and Morrison were good there, but did Gregory get 20 goals in League One? I don't necessarily recall. Jam, N, who is a Swansea fan, said played better for a whopping 10 minutes when Selena came on. Not sure that was anything to do with Selena, though. Yeah, I agree. I agree with both those statements. It did get a little bit more pace, maybe just Selena's directness, but Selena himself didn't actually play well, did he? Made a couple of bad decisions. Last 20-goal striker was Morrison, 2009-10. What league was that in? Was that in League One? Interesting. News. Robbie Fowler now in line for the Birmingham job. What is this? Anyone that's kicked the ball can be in line for a job. Don't tell Gary Rout he loves a new contract. Robbie Fowler managing in Australia, isn't he? Glenn says, come on, you hatters. They're off to start at Leeds in just a second. Let me just throw up these fixtures tonight so you can see what's happening. What time are we at the moment? 7:20. Yeah, Leeds, Luton and Wigan Stoke kicking off at 7:45 in this mad, ridiculous schedule here. Oliver's back. 3 players out for me this year. Brian, Maloney and Bradshaw are not good enough for us. We've not got anyone else in the positions. Distant Lion says, so definitely not a Bart own goal. I think it's going to go down as a Bart own goal. I haven't seen what. We'll see what they say. Glenn, I can't read that because I'll get demonetised, buddy. Never want to see Mahoney in a Millwall shirt again, says Ready Salted Pirate. There's something there with Mahoney, but there's also something not there. You can always kind of see that with a talented looking player who doesn't seem to put it together and no manager seems to start him. So, yeah, Maybe. Jay says hit the post, which is considered off target and came in off Bart, so it's an own goal. Yeah. Sadly, he's right. I'm sure Bart would happily give the goal to Brewster, but there you go. I think Bradshaw was heading to ground before contact was made. Yeah, that would have been harsh, that one, if it's a penalty. Yes, it's an own goal. Sorry about that for both of them, but it is, yeah, sadly, one of those boring ones. There's a call. Think a draw was a fair result. I think a draw probably flattered Swansea a little bit, but lovely goal lovely technique by Brewster. Murray Wallace was an absolute machine in the second half. Deserved it. He should have scored, shouldn't he? Those two chances put together should have ended in a goal. Distant Lion. Thanks, mate. Listen, I follow from the States. Whereabouts are you in the States, Distant Lion? Let me know. Not helpful for either team. Absolutely not. Swansea will definitely be happier. I agree with that. And Jam puts that to bed. He's a Swansea fan, happy with the point and the performance. He probably cares way more than us neutrals. Norwich and West Ham will be playing Millwall next season when they're getting relegated from the Premier League, says Eugene. Yes, they will. Leonard 1.2, Bradshaw 1.3. What does that mean? Oh, thank you, Oliver. Sorry, that's the transfer records. Yeah, indeed. I think that's what you've got to remember when you're a Millwall fan. You see clubs throwing around 5 or 6 million on the centre half, and Millwall's transfer record is 1.3 million. Shows how well they do. Tom says teams with big squads will benefit with the hectic schedule. Charlton made 7 changes at Cardiff. Seems Bowyer is saving his best team for Millwall at home on Friday. Yeah, totally understandable. That's not going to impress Derby fans, Blackburn fans, Swansea fans, Millwall fans, anyone chasing, because that could help Cardiff get the 3 points there, couldn't it? I think Mahoney is our biggest signing, is he really? My God. Millwall very cagey. Yeah, they never reveal anything, do they? Them Lions. Barnsley 1, Blackpool 0. What is with the bottom 6 in this division? Ridiculous. If Barnsley win that, they'll have got 7 points from their 3 games back. And they're bottom of the league, for God's sake. Jesus. Gregory got 28 in League One and 19 in League One. Did he get 19 in the Championship? Yeah, but God, how much does a 28-goal striker in the Championship? That cost him into the millions now, doesn't it? Anyone goes and scores 28 in the Championship, and I mean, take Che Adams. Did he get 28? Or Billy Sharp, Pookie, Adams, Abraham, all worth a fortune after that, weren't they? Connor Chaplin with the goal. Thanks, Jay. He's had a really good season, actually. Player of the month, wasn't he, in January? Connor Chaplin. Super Leeds, says Seb. They're off at 7:45. Robbie Fowler has left the Aussie side, has he? I did not know that. Johnny's right bang on it. There you go. I love you guys. I make a mistake and you guys smarten me up straight away. There you go. Maloney's 1.5 million. Jeez, they're not going to recoup any of that, haven't they? Dave says, ref had a good game. Yeah, I guess he did. I think he got all the big calls right. When we're not, I hate talking about refs, but when we're not talking about them on here, then it's a good thing. And I would say to anybody, go and watch a game as a neutral, and I promise, I bet you're not talking about the ref. It's only people getting cross with decisions against their own team. Do I know any streams or anything on Twitter to watch the Leeds game tonight? I'm not doing it, guys. I'm all done after this and off to walk the dogs. So, yeah, maybe all Leeds TV are doing it, and Joe, quite possibly. Bellevue, WA, Ben, across from Seattle. Which state is WA? Someone will say it. Someone will tell me. Is that Washington? Don't my American geography, not very good here. Hopefully we don't fall victim to this recent form of bottom teams. There's a lot of fixtures against Douglas. That's true, Jay. Everyone's losing against bottom teams. So, right, let's just have one more look and see if Infogol have got their act together and are going to give me their full-time stats. Oh my God. No, they're not. Shocking. All I can give you is second half here. Amazingly, Swansea had 53% on the possession, but Millwall, 5 shots off target, 5 block shots, 10 attempts to 3. Goodness me. 1 save. So in terms of chances, as we've said, the stats back us up. Millwall bossing the second half chance-wise, really. Reading 0, Brentford 2. My God, Brentford absolutely superb since lockdown. Really the form team when you consider who they've played as well. Let me see if I can bring up a live league table and see what that's going to do to Brentford. God. 2 points behind West Brom. Pressure on. West Brom playing Sheffield Wednesday tomorrow. Fulham only taking a point. If that stays the same, that nearly puts Fulham out of the chase. Brentford are just going 2 great guns. Do I know anyone will be streaming the actual game? I'm sure there's some naughty websites you can find there. Washington, Pacific North West. What time is it there then? Distant line. What are you, minus Pacific Northwest? God, minus 10 hours or something? Jeez. Yeah, Washington, good. Probably best not to ask. Don't want being demonetized. No, exactly. Just De Silva, the scorer, not to be accused with Jay De Silva, who plays for Bristol City, who I often get mixed up with. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Really enjoyed that. Enjoyed the game, actually. We haven't had many bad ones there. I'm just lining up for Hull v Borough on Thursday, but that'll be fascinating, won't it? The Sky coverage is finished, so I'm going to go and walk the dog. 8 hours time difference. Oh, okay, nice. So I think the story of this one, no help to either team here. And looking at the other results, especially if Cardiff can go and get a win, could be a damaging blow for Millwall not to have won that game, and certainly not to have won any of their 3 games since they've been back. Only 2 points for them in the 3 games. That will not get you in the playoffs. The Millwall fans wanted the chase here. I think Swansea, bit of quality from Brewster, but otherwise Millwall probably deserve to win that one on the balance. Thank you for everybody in the stream. Brilliant as ever. If you're watching on delay, get your thoughts in the comments. Agree, disagree, although I'm having a conflag with someone. If you disagree with me about a rule, you have to quote the law from IFAB. Else, if your argument doesn't stand up in the court of law, then you're not beating me, I'm afraid. There you go. That's how I roll. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. A few shout-outs there to Distant Lion. Collins dropped to the bench for Luton. Possibly more than a winnable game. Have a good walk. Toodle pip, Ben. Thanks, Wolf Gratz. As usual, support the channel via the Super Chat button. You can do that outside of hours. Doesn't have to be live. So I very much appreciate anyone who hits me up in the Super Chat. And you can subscribe on Patreon. I've got 2 weeks, 2 days. It's Tuesday, isn't it? 2 weeks, 2 days probably of guaranteed paid work. So really hoping to start building this up. Needs to happen quick. So I need you guys' help. If you can help out. Doesn't go on my wine fund. It will go to bring in better content and give me more time to do it, obviously. So thank you, everybody, for watching. It was Millwall 1, Swansea 1 in the Championship. I will likely see you tomorrow for Derby Preston. I'll likely see you on Thursday for Borough and Hull. And then the review on Thursday. And then we're back at it at the weekend. Crazy form. I'm sure a lot will have changed by then. So do check out. It will be 7 p.m. on Thursday, the Championship review, when we will know a lot more. Thank you for watching. Over and out.